Let's take a journey through the land of Denmark, the world's oldest flag, and discover what makes Denmark truly special. Denmark is located at the southern tip of Scandinavia and northern Europe. The country consists of Jutland Peninsula and more than 400 islands, of which about 70 are inhabited. One fascinating fact, no point in Denmark is more than 52 kilometers or about 32 miles away from the sea. This has shaped Denmark's history, culture and economy, making it a true maritime nation. But Denmark is more than just its mainland. The Kingdom of Denmark also includes Greenland, the world's largest island, and Faroe Island, a group of North Atlantic islands known for their rugged beauty. Together, these territories make Denmark an important kingdom with global reach. And proudly waving above it all is the Dannebrog, Denmark's red and white flag, which holds the title of being the oldest continuously used national flag in the world. Denmark has a population of around 6 million people. The official language is Danish, but English is widely spoken, making communication easy for visitors. German, Arabic, and Turkish are also heard in some regions. About 72% of Danes are members of Evangelical Lutheran Church, the official national church. There are also Muslim, Catholic, and followers of other faiths. Danish society is built on equality and community spirit. A unique Danish word captures this way of life. The capital of Denmark is Copenhagen. It's home to Danish royal family with Amalian Palace at its residence. It's the largest city in Denmark, is located on the eastern coast of its island of Zealand. Copenhagen is famous for its colorful harbor Nyhavn, the royal palaces, the Little Mermaid statue, and its reputation as one of the world's most livable cities. Copenhagen, the capital, is often called the bicycle capital of the world. Around 90% of Danes owns a bike, and bicycle outnumber cars in Copenhagen. Every day, more than 40% of the people in Copenhagen commute by bicycles to work, school, or just around the city. Denmark has built over 12,000 kilometers to dedicate cycling paths, making it safe and easy to ride. Biking isn't just a transport, it's part of Danish lifestyles linked to health, eco-friendly living, and their love of simplicity. Denmark, a small country in northern Europe, yet its history shaped kings, queens, battle, and even the Vikings, who once terrified all of the Europe. But how did this tiny kingdom survive centuries of war, loss, and change to become one of the happiest countries in the world today? Let's dive deep into fascinating history of Denmark. Our story begins more than 1,000 years ago with the Vikings. Fearless sailors, traders, and warriors. The Danish Vikings sailed across Europe, raiding villages, exploring new lands, and even reaching as far as England, France, and North America. Have you ever heard of Ragnar Lothbrok or a great Heathen army? Those legends trace back to Viking Denmark. By the 10th century, Denmark began to unite under powerful kings. One famous king was Harald Bluetooth. Yes, the same name behind the Bluetooth technology in your phone today. He converted Denmark to Christianity and built the foundation of a strong kingdom. In 1397, Denmark, Norway, and Sweden were united under one crown in what is known as the Kalmar Union. Imagine it, a single superpower ruling most Scandinavia. But as always, power struggle began and Sweden eventually broke away, leaving Denmark weaker. For centuries, Denmark fought wars with Sweden, Germany, and other European powers. In 1814, Denmark lost Norway to Sweden, one of the biggest turning points, transformed itself. The 19th century brought democracy, industry, and modern reform. But then came 1864, a year every day in remembers national tragedy. Denmark went to war against Russia and Austria in Second Schleswig War, trying to defend its southern territories. At the Battle of Debol, Danish soldiers fought with incredible courage, but they were hopelessly outnumbered and outgunned. Denmark lost almost one-third of its land and nearly half its population. This war ended Denmark's dream of being a European great power. From that day on, Denmark stopped looking outward and instead began focusing inward, building strength through education, agriculture, and social reform. Out of tragedy, a modern Denmark was born. In the World War II, Nazi Germany invaded Denmark in 1940. But here's the twist, Denmark surrendered quickly to avoid destruction. Yet its people resisted in quiet but powerful ways. One of the most inspiring moments, Danish citizens helped save almost of the Denmark's Jewish people by secretly ferrying them to safety in neutral Sweden. Denmark rose again. This time not with sports and ships, but with education, democracy, and innovation. Today's Denmark is famous for its high quality of life, renewable energy design, and being one of the happiest nations on earth. So, from Viking riders to tragedy of 1864, from Nazi occupation to today's peaceful democracy, a tiny nation with a giant legacy. Denmark is one of the world's oldest monarchies and one of the most democratic countries on earth. It has a constitutional monarchy, which means the king or queen is the head of the state, but the real power is held by the elected government. The current monarch is King Frederick X, who represents the unity and tradition of Denmark, but he doesn't make political decisions. The Prime Minister is the head of the government and leads the cabinet, which runs the country's daily affairs. Denmark's parliament is called Folketing, and it has 179 members elected by the people every 4 years. 2 of those seats are reserved for representatives from Greenland and 2 from Faroe Island. Denmark's follow a multi-party system, meaning many more political parties compete in elections and governments are often formed through coalitions. Laws are made in Folketing, approved by Prime Minister and then signed by the King. Denmark is known for a strong democracy, transparency, and low corruption, making it one of the most trusted governments in the world. Welcome to Greenland, the world's largest island, a land of icy mountains, colorful houses, magical wildlife, and skies painted by northern lights. Greenland might sound like a frozen desert, but it is full of life and beauty. Over 80% of it is covered by ice, yet the coastline shines with green valleys, blue glaciers, and purple Arctic flowers in summer. It is so huge that Germany couldn't fit inside it 6 times. And beneath its ice lies some of the oldest rocks on the earth. Over 3.8 billion years old. One of the Greenland's most iconic sights are its brightly colored wooden houses. But did you know? The colors actually mean something. Here's the secret behind each color. red used for churches and commercial buildings, blue marked fisheries and fish factories, green used for hospitals and health centers, yellow showed police stations and government offices. Around 56,000 people live here. Most of them are Inuit, whose ancestors have thrived in this Arctic world for thousands of years. They live in small coastal towns, travel by boat or snowmobile, and celebrate their life with storytelling, drum dancing, and colorful festivals. And now let's meet Greenland's amazing Arctic animals. Greenland's main jobs come from fishing, especially shrimps and halibut. But new opportunities are growing in tourism, education, construction, and climate research. Skilled professionals in healthcare, engineering, and teaching are always needed. And with growing Arctic tourism, guides and photographers also find chances here. Greenland may look remote, but its healthcare system is well organized. The main hospital, Queen Ingrid's Hospital in Nuuk. When patients live too far, helicopters and air ambulance help them reach doctors because there are no roads between towns. Greenland's name means Greenland, but it's mostly white with ice. Viking Eric the Red gave it the name to attract settlers. Clever, right? In summer, the sun never sets for weeks. That's called the midnight sun. And in winter, darkness covers the land, but the northern lights fill the sky with magical colors. Welcome to Nuuk, the capital and beating heart of Greenland. It's the world's northernmost point, capital city. Home around 19,000 people, almost one third of Greenland's total population. It's a place where modern life meets old traditions. Here you will find cafes, museums, and even universities. The National Museum of Greenland in Nuuk holds mummies that are over 500 years old. Greenland is also at the center of climate change. The ice sheet here is melting faster than ever before, raising global sea levels. Scientists from all over the world come to Greenland to study the ice and find out how fast our planet is warming. Yet Greenlanders are adopting using renewable energy, protecting wildlife, and sharing knowledge to help the world understand the importance of this icy land. That's Greenland, where colors fight the cold, where life survives on ice, and where every glacier whispers the story of our planet's future. If you loved exploring this Arctic wonder, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And tell me what amazed you most about Greenland.